Hi and welcome to TNT. I'm Curtis Berry, the Director of Operations and Workplace Risk. At TNT, one of our key objectives is to ensure we have a safe work environment for all employees. To achieve that environment, it requires cooperation between the company providing you with the training and you working safely at all times in the workplace. Our objective is to ensure that you return home every day to your family and friends in the same condition that you arrived at work in the morning. In achieving a safe work environment, it requires you to work safely every day. Please ensure that you cooperate with TNT in listening to all the training that's provided and working safely with your colleagues every day to minimise the risk of any injury. At TNT, we can work safely, we do work safely, it's part of our core philosophy.
For your safety, it is of paramount importance that you are equipped with the knowledge and understanding to deal with potentially hazardous situations that may arise in and around operational areas. This short DVD provides an overview of the areas that you need to be particularly considerate of, as TNT's primary objective is that all employees, contractors, subcontractors, labour hire casuals and visitors return home in the same condition in which they arrived. We all need to work together to protect ourselves and others from the possible day-to-day hazards that are part of the express freight industry. Let us go back and take a closer look at a typical TNT depot. It is mandatory that all visitors entering TNT premises sign in at reception and sign out on departure. This becomes critical in the case of an emergency or during an evacuation. All persons entering a TNT site for the first time are issued with a pamphlet entitled Site Safety Rules. This pamphlet comprises two sections, one of which you are required to sign and return. It is mandatory that enclosed footwear and high visibility vests are worn at all times during your visit to the depot. Yellow high visibility vests must be worn, not orange vests, as orange vests can be hard to see against our vehicles. Trucks, vans and forklifts operate in and around the depot, so being visible is critical to your safety. When walking around depots, please at all times stay within the yellow painted pedestrian walkways and always use ladders and stairs provided. Never jump off docks. The consumption of illicit drugs and alcohol is not permitted on site. If a team member is concerned that you may be under the influence of a prohibited substance, you will not be allowed on site. Smoking on site is only permitted in designated smoking areas. These are marked with appropriate signage. For your safety, it is critical that you observe all signage, most of which are displayed at the entrance of all depots. Depot signs indicate such things as vehicle speed, designated parking areas, pedestrian walkways, personal protective equipment and clothing, as well as forklift movement. We ask that you observe these signs and adhere to them. When forklifts are operating, they may not be focusing on you, so always be prepared to give way to them if you have to, and always maintain a 3-metre exclusion zone around an active forklift, only moving closer when the forklift is stationary, the handbrake is applied, the engine is switched off, and the forklift tines are resting on the ground. If your role at TNT involves operating a forklift, then you will be shown how to carry out daily pre-operational checks. This involves all aspects of the machine, including lights, tyres, oil and water. Only licensed operators and those on the depot's authorised users list are allowed to operate forklifts at TNT. At no time should anyone be lifted on the tines of the forklift. This unsafe act can lead to an instant dismissal. If handled or packaged incorrectly, dangerous goods can easily become just that, dangerous. DGs must be processed separately from all other freight. All staff at TNT in jobs that involve dangerous goods will undertake relevant DG training. DG courses will cover such aspects as classes, safe stowage, documentation, segregation, and restrictions on pickups. Under no circumstances are you to handle dangerous goods unless you have received the appropriate dangerous goods training. Doing so breaches TNT policy and contravenes legislation. If you witness a DG spill, you will need to report it to the person in charge of that area. Sometimes the simplest actions can be a hazard for people, like climbing out of a truck. TNT used the 3 points of contact system to minimise the chances of injury when entering or exiting a truck. As its name suggests, the 3 points of contact system simply involves always maintaining 3 points of contact between your body and the structure of the vehicle at all times as you enter or exit the cab. Drivers at TNT are required to undertake the vehicle pre-trip check every day. This is a legal responsibility of any road user. This involves aspects as ensuring the working order of lights, horns, brakes, wipers, and the levels of oil and water. We encourage our drivers to take pride in their vehicles, keeping them clean and in good order. All TNT team members are trained annually in the back-safe or manual handling procedures. Back-safe seeks to avoid unnecessary injury due to the heavy and sometimes awkward lifting that occurs as part of the normal lifting duty our industry demands. If you need to lift freight in the depot, we ask that you take notice of heavy freight stickers and directional arrows that are located on the freight and always ask for assistance when lifting. Heavy loads are not to be placed on the conveyor. Think and consider the risk to yourself and others down the line. Heavy freight should be palletised so that mechanical lifting aids can be used, such as a forklift. If circumstances prevent this, then at least two must be present to remove heavy items of freight from the conveyor. It's not only size that tells us an item is heavy. Sometimes we have small items that are deceptively heavy. It may cause injury if not properly handled. In this case, a heavy parcel label is attached to items weighing over 30 kilos. Should you be required to remove a heavy item from a conveyor, please stop the conveyor first and decide if you need assistance before attempting to remove the item from the conveyor. When lifting, always keep your back straight and your knees bent, even when lifting light items. If you are involved in a team lift, then communication is important. One person needs to take control and direct movement. If your role includes regular manual handling and lifting actions, you will participate in a back-safe training course as part of your induction. TNT is a comprehensive risk management system that requires the participation of all team members. All incidents and near misses should be reported immediately to help TNT better manage your work environment and to keep you safe. We thank you for helping us make our business a safe place to work.
Thank you for listening to this video. Just one final thought I'll leave you with. Who's responsible for your safety in the workplace?